Okay, so do you think the Supreme Court made the correct decision in overturning Minersville versus Bovitis with the West Virginia versus Barnett court case during World War II? There you go. So it was overturned with that court case we talked about yesterday and the day before. Do you believe it was a right decision, especially with the country at war? Maybe think back to World War One with the Sedition Acts, right? The Espionage Acts, and how the government maybe had an influence in people's lives. Give you another minute to finish up. We'll talk about, we'll discuss it. All right, so what do we have here? Do you think the Supreme Court made the correct decision in overturning Minersville versus Gobitis? What do we have? So we first need to know what happened with Minersville versus Gobitis. What happened? Rem, go ahead. What happened with it? The court case. What was it about?
About those two kids doing like that different pledge.
Okay, all right. So it's about the Pledge of Allegiance. Yep, you're on the right track there.
Like actually going like this or like that.
All right, so it was a salute or,
Yeah.
over their heart. Okay, Taylor?
The two kids didn't think, or the kid, or whatever, Sam was like, they were just like, believe in that, and didn't follow their religion, so they sat down for the pledge, but he didn't like that, so they simply stopped.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, excluding the whatevers, but yeah. So with the Jehovah Witness, the Jehovah religion, it goes against their religion to praise a symbol. And in this case, the American flag is a symbol. And again, the only thing that they can praise is their God, right? And obviously the teacher, the educator didn't like that they were sitting for the flag, and especially ramping up to World War II should be loyalty, right? There should be an oath to the United States that we pledge. And again, going against a religion. And this plays an example of the Establishment Clause, a free exercise clause of how these students, okay, can't be counted out or can't be punished for not pledging to the flag, okay, or not abiding to the flag. So the Supreme Court actually ruled in favor of the school district. They thought, yeah, you know what? They should be standing up for the flag and praising it because they are in the United States and building up the World War II. This is something that they should do, right? That they should pledge. So with West Virginia versus Barnett, this was overturned, okay, just 3 years later, as the United States was now involved in World War II. So what caused the change? What caused the change? What do you think anyway? What's your opinion, Jeff?
I believe that people realizing similar stuff is happening over in Nazi Germany, relatively similar, especially with the Jews and with the
Well, any religion or any ideology that challenges their political
especially with
beliefs.
the exact same type of ethnicity and people that want the same religion.
Yeah.
With what they the religion that are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good job. Good job. So they're looking at Nazi Germany. Obviously, we're fighting Nazi Germany in World War II. And we didn't want to obviously act the same as our enemy. And we are a country based off of free expression, and the Establishment Clause obviously is the United States is more accepting of other religions and is accepting of more religions. So again, we don't want to look like the enemy. We don't want to look like Nazi Germany in this case. So again, the Supreme Court overturned Montesville versus Gobitis just because, well, they don't want to look like Nazi Germany here and trying to prevent people from expressing their religion freely the way they would like. All right, good. So what's your opinion on the matter, Madden? What do you think?
I said that people should have to pay. They don't want to split their religion.
Oh, okay. So you're saying maybe go to a private school. Okay. All right, all right. Tanner?
I said I supported what the Supreme Court's decision was because no matter what your beliefs or religious beliefs are, you shouldn't have to do what you're not, what you don't want to.
Okay, all right, good, good. So again, holding firm to those rights, right? That you can practice. If it goes against your religion, you don't have to obviously stand there at pledge, the symbol of it. Okay, good. Brent, what do you have?
I think they should not. Because, we were fighting Nazis in World War II. They kind of they scare as we're trying to fight them. So I don't think that they should be allowed to do that. And the soldiers out there are fighting for your freedom. You're pledging and like remembering all the soldiers.
Okay, well, maybe they do have respect for the soldiers, right, and the veterans. But I mean, if it goes against religion just for the symbol of the flag, maybe they can sit. Okay, but maybe they do have family members that did participate in warfare. We don't know that, right? We don't know that. So that's one thing. Maybe you bring up an interesting topic, an interesting situation. But again, we don't know if obviously they might have family members that fought in warfare. Maybe not, depending on their religion. We just really don't know. Okay, but I see where you're standing. All right, I see where your stance. Taylor?
I basically said it's forcing them to do something. Okay, especially if you're going to public. You didn't sign up. It's completely different than going to Catholic school, private Catholic school. When you go to private Catholic school, you're specifically going there because you believe in God. Not like
Okay.
going to a public school where everybody believes what they want to believe. And I understand, oh yeah, pledging to the flag is an American thing, but you can support the American flag completely rather than do something that's not under.
All right, good. And that's the same thing I kind of talked about with Ren. Good. Brock, what do you have?
I think that's the same thing I was saying. Should be what people should do, and I can also see how it might go.
Yeah, yeah, good job. Good job. I mean, it's one of those sticky situations, right? Where I mean, morally you want to say stand for the flag, but in all reality, this might go against someone's religion, their beliefs, and their traditions, and can't force people to do that, right? So again, one of those situations where it's very opinionated, right? Depending on the situation. And with religion, obviously, this is one of the court cases where we didn't want it with West Virginia versus Barnett. We didn't want to look like Nazi Germany here and take away people's religious freedoms from them or their expression of religion. So, yeah, good, good. Anyway, topic of debate. I'd like to bring that up. Okay, so let's go over the activity from yesterday. Well, let me check your bell ringers first, and then let's go over it because I want to make sure I give everybody credit for the assignment and the bell ringers. So have those out ready to go, and we're going to review this assignment from yesterday. Do we have 5 this week? Okay, all right. Okay, good. All righty.
I brought my toothbrush.
Yeah, I like first period.
Yeah, I don't even know what my problem was.
Yeah, it's early.
I was like sleeping.
Okay, good. Simon? And? Okay, good.
I fell asleep.
Sir? You put those in bell ringers.
I did start to make sure I got the- Is that right?
All right, Rob, good. Simon? All right, Rob. Okay, good. Bella? Okay. Yeah, well, Lex, your son, already checked the bell ring.
Why? Yeah. He looked at me and was like,
Sir, good. You have your sound done? Yep, I do. Nicely done. You know, that was crazy sat in last year. All right, good. Okay, good. Sign it now. Nice. Good job, Sarah. Okay, all righty, good. Dan? Good. All right, Sarah?
Never gave me a 16.
Job, Tanner.
16 out of 22.
You're trying to fit in here.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay. All right, Barla,
I'm gonna help.
you good? Oh, and I got your side of that. Yep, thank you. All right. Angel,
Need that, like,
good? All right, good. You have your bell ringers finished up? Okay, you have? You sure? You need, maybe like ask for. I don't understand. Thank you. We're just about to go over that. Oh, you're killing me. Is it an emergency?
I guess not. It was 2 weeks ago.
All right. All right, here we go. Number one, New Jersey law allows the state to pay for busing students to parochial religious affiliated private schools. What do we think here? What do we think? Madden, go ahead. Oh, so you're saying, you know what, maybe that they should fund it themselves, huh? Okay, Brock?
To that mind a little bit too much with the church and state being close together.
They should just pay for themselves. Okay, so you guys are along the same lines here, huh? Taylor, what do you have? I saw your hand up.
I said it's not really forcing the kids to go to private school, but it's like it's saying it's will pay for it. But like that, they get enough money, and if their tuition to go to private school is pretty high, like some private schools are, they should have to, you know, pay for the. Yeah, the buses.
Okay, so you think it's in violation then of the establishment clause?
Yes, and no.
Jeffrey?
I feel like it's a violation of Everson versus Board of Education. It falls under that law because in that article, it states that Everson the board ruled in favor of Everson because private institutions are required to still get some government funding through rights based upon it being but it's secular school.
Okay, all right. I like these responses here. All right. 2, Alabama requires teachers to observe a moment of silence for meditation or prayer. Tanner?
I said it violates it because it is requiring them to observe it.
Okay, all right, all right. What do we think here, Jeffrey?
It's in violation because Supreme Court actually struck down Alabama of silence law because it was enacted for expression purpose for prompting prayer in public schools. If it was necessary, students were obviously to get it choice if they wanted to do it or not, then it would be allowed. But because of being mandatory, it makes it.
Okay, all right, good, good. Sarah, what do you think for number 2? What do you have? Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as you're not like throwing it in your face about what religion you're trying to obviously hold that for. If you're just saying, hey, we're just taking a breather here, you know, just take a moment just to get a fresh breath of it. I don't know. fresh breath of air. I don't know. All right, Brock, what do you have? Yep, 2. Yep.
So that violated the solid first.
Yeah, all right. And I like what you said, Sarah. It's like, well, I mean, if they're not really devoting it to a religion, saying it's a form of religion, then you know what? You could have a moment of silence, right? You could just have a time just to honestly just maybe get your thoughts together. 3, Ohio provides secular, non-religious textbooks to parochial schools. What do we think here? Rem?
And it doesn't really violate the
Okay, all right.
they're using non-religious textbooks, which is a better idea.
All right, so secular textbooks, right? Materials to parochial schools. They're just saying, hey, as long as it's not shifted, directed towards the religion, then this is allowed. Tanner, what do you have?
I said the same as him, but I added on that the religious schools could pay for it with tuition.
Yeah, okay, yeah, good job, good job. Sarah, did you have something? Do you have your hand up?
I said that it shouldn't be allowed because they're still providing something for a religious school and they're paying for it with taxpayer money, so taxpayer money is going to a religious establishment.
So you're saying along, the private school should fund it themselves. Okay. And we went over court cases, though. It said as long as it's secular, right? If it's not religious based, then the government should fund towards it, right? The Lemon test, you remember? Lemon versus Kurtzman. Okay, good. I see where you're coming from, though. 4, Arkansas banned the teaching of evolution in its public schools. Uh-oh, the Scopes trial. Anybody ever hear the Scopes trial before? Okay, no one, I guess. Jeffrey, go ahead.
It was 1968, Supreme Court unanimously struck down an Arkansas law that criticized the teaching of evolution in public schools. Broke down that the law had the unconstitutional purpose and effect of advising religious beliefs, contrary to the Southern Clause and First.
Okay, all right, good job, good job. Scopes trial, I believe, was in Tennessee, though, huh? But anyway, yeah, good. Madden, what do you say for 4?
That like, okay, I'm just saying, I'm thinking like the first, all the stuff is like God first, like Adam and Eve, all that kind of stuff, that's the thing.
Evolution? No, it's just the theory of evolution that we evolved. It's like contradicting against religion, then religious values and traditional beliefs.
I was thinking about this one because I don't even know what teaching about this is. You know, it's like
Natural-
Charles Darwin.
Charles Darwin, natural selection. Yeah.
Became
How we evolved from ancestors of monkeys.
That's going against religious things.
Beliefs, yeah.
Okay, well,
So Arkansas is saying we're going to ban it. We're going to ban it just because this might contradict family ties, religious backgrounds, traditions. Okay,
well, I get this one. Don't ask me about food.
Tanner, go ahead.
I said that it went against the clause just because the actual teaching of it does go against religion, but it's not religious.
If you're not trying to persuade someone into this belief and contradicting their religion, then yeah, right. Then that should be allowed. But just totally banishing it from school districts.
Because there's kids that don't believe in religion, that would want to learn it, and it's taking their ability to learn it away, so.
Good job, Tanner. All right, does that make it more clear, Madden? What? Go ahead, Sarah.
I feel like
There you go.
constitutional because they're addressing their critical based off of religious belief, which isn't fair to those who don't think the same way as like Christians would. The teaching of evolution, as long as the teaching of evolution is simply the teaching of the scientific theory in children's education, should not be limited because the theory contradicts.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. And with the Scopes trial, they actually sided with the state of Tennessee in this case of really banning evolution from public schools. And it just goes to show where the school district or where the, I guess you say where the country is at that point in the early 1920s. But eventually, obviously, it would be overturned because evolution is taught. And as long as you're not persuading people to change or drop their religious backgrounds or beliefs, then yeah, you can teach about the theory, teach about the science. Good job, Sarah. 5, New Jersey schools use state finance bus transportation for parochial school field trips. Ooh, I guess it's dependent on this one. Jeffrey?
As long as the trips are secular and not just taking kids to a church or a synagogue just for Wednesday mass or something like that, then it should be all right as long as it's not affiliated with religion. Because one of the founding principles of the United States is separation of church and state.
All right, good job. And we'll finish there. We'll pick this up on Monday just because I want to get you the news. Any questions so far here? I'm gonna have your grades in as soon as possible.